What's up, everyone, and happy Thursday. Yes, I'm saying happy Thursday. I was supposed to record yesterday, but honestly, I have been extremely busy with just life in general for the past 2 days, and I am assuming that I'm going to be just as busy for the rest of the week. So, my schedule is honestly so thrown off. Again, I'm working on my consistency and my overall life structure. So, because it's something that I'm working on, I know every once in a while I am going to fall short, but part of me giving myself grace is not beating myself over those situations, but learning what I need to change from them. And God has really been getting on me lately for some things that I am doing, some things that I said I should be doing, but I'm not doing. So all of it is constructive. So excuse me while I'm learning through this. And I know it's in preparation for 2021 Be Blessed, because how I'm going to structure that, or how that's going to be structured, is going to be somewhat different, and the things that I want to do next year is going to be somewhat different too. So that's way later in the year that I'm probably going to announce that. Right now, let's just talk about wealth. That is exactly what we're going to talk about this week. So let's hop right into it. As always, God is blessing us. He's always going to be blessing us. This is our last week for our month of August goal focus, which was to be blessed. And we've hit on a lot of different areas throughout the month that were extremely important to just living the best life that God created us to live. And that honestly is that blessed life. So this week we're talking about wealth. And remember, on Monday I mentioned the 4 different areas that we talked about in March for our health month. We're going to touch on them a little bit for the rest of this week too. So those 4 different areas, if you weren't with me in March, if not, welcome. If so, try to remember. But it is spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical. And we talked about all of those 4 areas in March, dealing with health. So we talked about physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and emotional health. And we're going to do this exact same thing, because health and wealth kind of go together. If you think about it, health and wealth kind of go together, because wealth is an abundance of a valuable possession. A lot of times it's talking about money, but valuable possession is not anything. Is not just money. So since we're talking about that, let's talk about physical wealth in first. Physical wealth is that physical wealth. So it could be money, but it doesn't necessarily have to be money. I think a lot of times it's not taught in a lot of different communities, the African American community, for starters, that wealth isn't just having a large amount of money in your bank account. Wealth can be in the form of stocks. It could be in the form of investments, like physical investments. Like, for example, this home is something that I'm invested in. No, I will not live here forever, but I would like to invest in it so that I have it for generations to come. Or any other homes. I know my brother and I have been talking about different investments that we want our family to get into. That way we're building up our wealth, not just building up our bank account. Because at the end of the day, your money is going to die with you. Okay? If you do not invest it, let me preface that. If you do not invest your money wisely, to set up for generations, so your kids, your kids' kids, your generation that are coming after you, your money's going to die with you, and they're not going to be able to inherit the things that you wanted them to inherit. So we have to do things like invest. We have to do things like look into stocks and things like that. So make sure that you are very well versed. It's something that I actually started looking at, a few years ago, but it's coming, full circle now, because now my brother's really into it. My other brother, my sisters. So we're really trying to set up our wealth physically for generations. So for us too, of course, and my parents, a lot of the things that I do now are for my parents, because I want, them to be proud of me and them to really reap the benefits for raising an awesome kid. And yes, I am awesome, period. But also for generations to come, I want to build up wealth. I want my family to build up wealth so that they don't have to go through a lot of the financial issues, or just, any other issues that our generation went through. So that is physical wealth. Spiritual wealth, along the same thing. So Remember, wealth is a valuable, an abundance of, or a plentiful amount of a valuable possession. Your spirituality should be one of your valuable possessions, okay? Valuable possessions doesn't have to be physical. Possession is anything that you possess, okay? Anything that you have. And valuable means that it has a high value, or you're placing high value on that thing. And your spirituality should definitely be that. Of course, everyone knows that I am a Christian. I'm always going to profess my Christianity and my beliefs first and foremost and all the time. So if that is something that's valuable to me, I should be, just as much as I am digging into my physical wealth and making sure that I'm investing in certain areas so that generations after me can reap the benefits, I should do the exact same thing with my spiritual wealth. So I should be investing time into reading the Bible, spending time with God, really understanding who I am and who God created me to be, so that not only generations to come, but myself, so I can reap the benefits of that blessed life, and then I can teach it to my children or teach it to other people, whether it be through this video project or my friends, family members, and everything like that. That's building spiritual wealth within myself, within my family, within my friends, within my community. Okay, so the exact same thing that you're doing in physical wealth, you want to do that in your spiritual wealth. And it's important because, again, knowing that God created us, we should always want to go back to Him to see, what my purpose is, how I'm supposed to be living, what I should be doing, because He created us. He knows exactly the thing. He has all the answers that we could ever ask. So why wouldn't we go to the Creator to figure things out in life? And that may seem like a trivial question, but it's not. You'd be surprised, myself alone. Like, I do a lot of stuff that is outside of the will of God, and it's just like, sis, why don't you just ask God in the first place? I don't know. But yeah, so that is spiritual wealth and physical wealth. Tomorrow we're going to talk about mental wealth and emotional wealth. Those two things I want us to pair together, because your mentality and your emotions almost kind of go hand in hand. So I'm glad I'm putting those two together. And we talked about spiritual and physical health today, because I feel like those are the easiest, and your spiritual wealth should be number one. So yes, hope everyone has a good rest of their day Thursday, or rest of their day today, which it is Thursday. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.